My busty fox girl roommate has no idea about human bedroom rules. The unexpected roommate. Jonas Chen stared at the rejection email on his cracked laptop screen, his third failed gallery submission this month. The cramped downtown loft around him felt suffocating. Exposed brick walls that once inspired creativity now seemed like prison bars. Rent was due in 2 weeks, and his savings account mocked him with double digits. The roommate advertisement had been online for 3 days with 0 responses until his phone chimed. The profile picture showed someone named Valissa with an address listed simply as The Gardens Beyond. Desperate times called for desperate measures. When she arrived the following afternoon, Jonas nearly dropped his coffee mug. Valissa stood in his doorway, radiating otherworldly beauty. Her skin possessed a soft violet hue that caught the light like crushed amethyst, and from her shoulder blades unfurled magnificent butterfly wings painted in swirling patterns of azure, silver, and deep purple. Her dark hair cascaded past her shoulders, and her large emerald eyes sparkled with unbridled excitement. "This place has such wonderful energy," she exclaimed, brushing past him without invitation, her flowing dress swishing around her curved figure. "I can already tell we'll be perfect together." Jonas blinked. "Don't you want to see the bedroom first, or discuss rent, or—" "Oh, bedrooms," Valissa laughed, a sound like wind chimes. "Where I come from, we sleep in communal gardens. Separate rooms seem so lonely." She wandered directly into his bedroom, wings fluttering as she tested his mattress. Much softer than flower petals. We'll share nicely." "Wait, share?" Jonas followed, flustered. "That's my private—" Valissa had already begun unpacking a small bag, hanging diaphanous garments in his closet. Her antennae, delicate and feathery, twitched with each movement, and Jonas found himself mesmerized despite the absolute chaos unfolding. "Valissa, there are rules about—" She turned, tilting her head with innocent confusion. "Rules? How delightful! I love learning new things." Jonas realized he was in for an interesting arrangement. Learning and breaking the rules. The first week with Valissa redefined Jonas's understanding of privacy. He'd wake to find her perched on his windowsill at dawn, wings catching the sunrise as she hummed melodic songs from her homeland. She'd greet him with enthusiastic hugs that pressed her soft body against his, seemingly unaware of the effect it had on him. "Good morning, nestmate," she'd chirp, her antennae glowing faintly pink. The bathroom situation proved most challenging. Jonas emerged from the shower one evening to find Valissa brushing her hair at the mirror, wearing only a sheer slip that left little to imagination. Her wings created an iridescent backdrop as she smiled at his reflection. "Your water room has excellent lighting," she observed casually. "In the gardens, we bathe in the streams together, much more efficient than taking turns." Jonas clutched his towel tighter. "Valissa, humans need privacy for bathing and changing and most bedroom activities." She blinked those enormous emerald eyes. "But why? Bodies are natural. You have such strange customs." Despite his explanations, she continued wandering into his room unannounced, once while he was changing after work, her gaze traveling appreciatively over his bare chest before she remembered to avert her eyes. Her apologies were genuine, but ineffective at changing behavior. The worst, or perhaps best, moment came when Jonas returned from a failed interview to find Valissa napping on his bed. She'd kicked off the covers, sprawled in tiny shorts and a tank top that struggled to contain her generous curves. Her wings lay spread across his pillows like living art, and her peaceful expression made his heart stutter. As if sensing his presence, her antennae perked up, glowing warmer. She stretched languidly, looking at him with drowsy affection. "Your scent is everywhere here," she murmured. "It makes me feel safe, protected. In my culture, that means—" She trailed off, suddenly shy. Jonas sat carefully on the bed's edge. "Means what?" "That I'm beginning to choose you," Valissa whispered, her wings quivering. Confessions Under Moonlight. 3 weeks into their arrangement, Jonas had stopped fighting the inevitable. His heart raced whenever Valissa entered a room, and he found himself making excuses to be near her. She'd transformed his sterile loft into something magical. Plants thrived in impossible corners, and her laughter filled spaces that once echoed with loneliness. Tonight, a summer storm rolled across the city. Jonas found Valissa on the balcony despite the rain, her wings wrapped around herself like a cloak. Lightning illuminated her profile, and he noticed tears mixing with raindrops on her violet cheeks. "Valissa, what's wrong?" She turned, vulnerability replacing her usual brightness. "I'm homesick. Not for the gardens, but I miss belonging somewhere, being understood." Jonas draped his jacket over her shoulders, pulling her inside. They settled on the couch, and he couldn't resist wrapping an arm around her trembling form. Her wings partially unfurled, creating an intimate enclosure around them both. "I understand more than you think," Jonas said softly. "I've been lonely for years, going through the motions until you crash-landed into my life with zero respect for boundaries." Valissa laughed through her tears. "I'm terrible at human rules. Maybe I don't want you to follow them anymore." The words escaped before Jonas could stop them. "Maybe I've fallen for someone who doesn't knock, who makes my bedroom her nest, who looks at me like I'm the most fascinating thing in any world." Her antennae blazed brilliant gold as she met his gaze. "In my culture, when a butterfly person's antennae glow gold, it means they've found their heart match. I've been glowing around you for days." Jonas cupped her face, thumbs brushing her cheeks. "Then maybe we should stop pretending this is just a roommate situation." Their lips met softly at first, tentative, questioning. Then Valissa sighed into the kiss and everything ignited. A night of discovery. The kiss deepened as Valissa's fingers threaded through Jonas's hair, her wings trembling with emotion. When they finally broke apart, both breathless, her emerald eyes had darkened with unmistakable desire. "I should tell you, chaotic, beautiful part." Thunder rumbled as he lifted her, carrying her to his bedroom, their bedroom now, he realized. She'd already claimed it weeks ago. He was just catching up. Valissa's wings spread across the bed as he laid her down gently, their iridescent patterns seeming to pulse with her quickening heartbeat. "Teach me your human ways," she breathed, pulling him closer, "and I'll show you how my people love." Their clothes disappeared between heated kisses and reverent touches. Jonas explored the violet landscape of her skin, discovering that her wings were incredibly sensitive, making her gasp and arch beneath him. Valissa proved equally curious, her hands mapping his body with wonder and growing confidence. When they finally joined, her wings wrapped around them both, creating a shimmering cocoon that shut out the world. Time lost meaning as they moved together, learning each other's rhythms, whispering confessions and promises between moments of breathless pleasure. "I've never felt this connected to anyone," Jonas murmured against her neck, feeling her pulse race beneath his lips. Valissa's antennae glowed so brightly they lit the enclosed space of her wings. "Because you're mine now, and I'm yours, completely." They made love through the storm, sometimes tender and slow, sometimes urgent and passionate, until they collapsed exhausted in each other's arms as dawn approached. Her wings settled over them like a living blanket, and Jonas had never felt more at home. Our new rules. Morning light filtered through Valissa's wings, casting rainbow patterns across their intertwined bodies. Jonas woke to find her watching him, a soft smile playing on her lips, her antennae glowing that warm gold that now meant everything to him. "Good morning, heart match," she whispered, tracing patterns on his chest. "Good morning, beautiful chaos."
He kissed her forehead, still marveling that this extraordinary being had chosen him. Over coffee, they established new boundaries, their own unique rules. Valissa would try to knock before entering when Jonas had clients visiting for commissions. Jonas would embrace her need for physical closeness, understanding it was how she expressed love. Their bedroom became a true sanctuary they both respected and shared equally. "I never thought I'd find someone who accepted both worlds I belong to," Valissa said, nestled against him on the couch, her wings draped comfortably. Jonas tilted her chin up. "I never thought I'd find someone who saw past my failures to the person I could become." Their first public appearance as a couple came at a gallery opening where Jonas's work finally earned recognition. Valissa wore a stunning backless dress that accommodated her wings, and she radiated pride as she stood beside him, antennae glowing whenever someone complimented his art. "She's your muse?" an art critic asked. Jonas pulled Valissa closer, his hand resting on the small of her back just below her wings. "She's my everything, my inspiration, my home, my future." Valissa's wings shimmered with pure joy as she kissed him, uncaring of the crowd. In that moment, surrounded by their blended worlds, they both understood that the best relationships don't follow conventional rules, they create their own. That night, back in their loft, wrapped in each other's arms, with her wings cocooning them protectively, they whispered plans for tomorrow and forever. Two souls from different worlds building one perfect life together. Lessons. True love transcends all boundaries, species, culture, and convention when two hearts choose to understand rather than judge each other's differences. The most profound connections happen when we release rigid expectations and embrace the beautiful chaos that authentic relationships bring into our carefully ordered lives. Home isn't found in following society's rules, but in creating your own sacred space with someone who sees your soul and loves every imperfect, magnificent part of you.